partner, your
and you're walking around
husband,
with a
with a
towel.
bloody towel. That made it even worse. Never
I
liked
honestly
her.
had like Chriselle in the beginning. I was like, okay, she's a nice, sweet girl. And then as time passed, I realized she is a manipulator.
Why are you having sex with somebody you never even see?
That is creepy shit.
Welcome back to another happy hour with S and L. I am Sherain.
And I'm Laurel. Welcome back.
And today is our 7th episode. We reached episode 7 already.
That was real quick.
It was. And I feel like every week we're saying, oh my God, we can't believe we reached the next episode. The time going fast. But if you are rocking with us and rocking with us hard, which I know you all are, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also hit that notification bell so you would always be notified when we post a new video. Also, if you don't have time to watch, that's okay. I know everybody have busy lives. It's okay. You can tune in on your radio in your car for those long, hectic drives in the morning from south to north, east to west, and vice versa. Because we are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well.
Google Podcasts.
I don't know why I'm not getting onto Google Podcasts. I don't know if the wait list, you go through our list, but I've been waiting to be accepted.
Okay.
So we haven't gotten onto Google Podcasts just yet, but fingers crossed. We only speak positive things over here, and we would be soon on Google Podcasts. And also, you could keep up with us on our socials, everything at Happy Hour with SNL on Instagram and on TikTok. And also, if you want to follow us on Twitter as well, it is Happy Hour, but not hour spelled out. It's Happy HR with SNL. Right, so let's get straight into the episode. So first up, we have Am I the Asshole? And this one is a little weird. It's a little weird. Am I the asshole for free bleeding at my mother-in-law's house?
Okay. All right, let me hear.
To start free bleeding is essentially not wearing any form of protection on your period. So you are bleeding freely.
Geed.
Clues in the name. Okay, thanks for letting us know.
Geed.
Disgusting.
I'm disrespectful, but continue.
I'm currently staying at my mother-in-law's house with my husband for a family get-together. 6 birthdays in 1 week. I have horrifically painful periods and bad mobility. I cannot use cups and I'm allergic to all brands of pad I've used. Rashes on all genitalia, which does not feel good. Okay. I do have cloth pads, I was wondering. Because I was coming up with clues in my head, girl. I was like...
This is a lot.
I do have cloth pads, but I only bought a couple small ones for my trip, as I wasn't due until days after we got home. But we're on day 4 of our trip and I started my period on our first night. I tried to use some disposable pads I picked up, but I broke out in a rash and have blisters everywhere. There should not be. So 2 days ago, I decided to say that what the hell, I will free bleed.
So she just lying down in her sheets and bleeding all over. She cleaning that, of course, right? She washing the sheets, of course.
I don't know. I don't know. You're not at your home.
I don't know. I have nothing to say.
Oh my God.
I don't think she's an asshole. She's nasty.
What?
But then again, she have the rashes. So like,
Yeah, but
either
even if that's the case, there is those hospital pads that you just buy and you spread out on the bed, like for when you're in the hospital, for those people who can't have
hospital something padded.
a and spread out on the bed if that's the case. And even stuff like that would have never crossed my mind. Just go home.
I hope she not bleeding heavy though. No, she did say she bleeding
She
heavy.
bleeding heavy. Now I could understand. I could understand. I mean, ladies in the chat here, men, we like you here too. You need to understand what women go through. I understand that. Some of us bleed heavy, and I could relate. Not to the being
Jesus.
allergic. I good. I good on my pants. I good on my pants.
So she packed the disposable, no, the cloth ones, but it was small ones.
And why you even have small pads?
If she bleeding heavy,
If you're bleeding
probably for her
heavy.
lighter days, but jeez, nah.
So you allergic to even them Pampers that it is sell for old people? You could
You want her
use
to
that.
put on a pamper?
If all else fail, yes, put on a damn Pampers.
And be walking around in a pamper?
Well, put
Or
on a
just for the
pants.
night?
She need to put on a Pampers.
She probably
Anyway.
allergic to that and all.
Let me finish this. Where I even reach?
And she can't use cups. That's strange though. She can't use anything.
You can't use nothing. I bring my own towels to my mother-in-law's.
Okay.
So I have been sitting and sleeping on those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm not helping because if you're bleeding heavy, that going to soak through the towel.
Probably she using like 3 towels. That is really a lot for your husband to handle.
I have bled through twice, but I cleaned the mess and left no stain.
That's nice.
My mother-in-law is pissed off, to say the least. She's disgusted by my lack of decorum and carrying my bloody towel around everywhere. She also hates that I'm washing them in her machine. And is now saying we need to pay to have them professionally clean, which we will do. Everything kind of came to a head.
Causing some problems there.
Yeah, everything kind of came to a head last night when she lost it on me for behaving like an animal. She wants me to leave, but my husband to stay, which isn't possible. One car, I can't drive that far, especially not with the amount of pain I'm in. My husband is on no damage control, but I just feel so shitty. Am I in the wrong here? I understand that it's not super sanitary, but my health matters more than some bed sheets. I'll replace them if she wants. I'm close to just gritting my teeth through the pain and putting on a pad, but I really don't want to. I don't want open sores down there when we're driving home. Sitting for the long will suck. I think she means to say sitting for that long will suck. Am I the asshole? I feel like I'm choosing the lesser of the two evils, but now I don't know.
I don't think she's an asshole. I don't think that's the right term to describe the situation. But I do feel it's kind of disgusting. Unfortunately. Like depending on the relationship you and your mother-in-law have, you could have probably go to her and say, here, this is what the situation is, and I have no other solution. But
not even no other solution.
But then,
at that point in time, you should have asked her. Go to her. You're a woman. Go to her. Tell her, what is you seeing? I having a problem here. This nothing working. I find you shouldn't even offer that. Let her offer a solution. If she offered the solution to put down the towels and it soaked through, it would have been easier to accept that she offered that solution and it failed.
And nobody want to see you walking around with your towel.
Why you walking around with the towel?
In the bedroom, but you're walking around with the towel into, I'm assuming, the living room, the kitchen, you're going to have breakfast. I just picturing too much. And
Ew.
I feel as though I understand that everybody have different situations or whatever, but I find like you can handle it differently. Like you said, go to her and tell her something, or ask her for like, what's the best solution. I know also there's this tablet to stop your period. That could have been an option, even though we don't like to take it. But
I think in that scenario,
she might as well take it
because apart from that, blood is soak in. So it's not only that it's not the top surface. It gets into the woman's whole mattress, and honestly, I don't give the woman wrong, because I mean, she calling you animal and all these sort of things, it's because she that irritated and that disgusted that you took away. On top of doing that, you did it without her permission. Number
Yeah.
one, and number two, it's like you just you're not in your own place. You're not in your own place. You're not in your own place, and I get.
So she couldn't get any cloth pads from anywhere else, like wherever they are. She couldn't get those cloth pads. Like,
And
she,
I
I
think
feel as
there
though you
are
didn't
brands
really,
in Target that carry these
yeah, you
organic
didn't really
cloth
try.
pads.
You just say,
You
okay,
just
this is the
say,
best
yeah.
solution, and you just,
Is it that the cloth pads that you have, you actually made them? Because, okay, if I could understand that, but why you have tin pads though? You shouldn't have tin pads. That's not making any sense to me. No, I think you're the asshole.
I don't want to call her ass. I just think she's very disrespectful to extent, because you didn't ask permission. You didn't come to her and say anything. You just thought, okay, well, she should accept this because this is the situation you're in. I find it just disrespectful. You're not taking into consideration of her property, her chairs, even though it's your towels, her chairs, her bed.
All those reasons is why I say you're the asshole. No, because you just didn't think. Like, you didn't think. You just... And I understand it's like you're in between a rock and a hard place, and I get it. But at the same time, I think as soon as it came on, you could have attempted to take some sort of painkillers, because I didn't see you talk about painkillers anywhere in here,
Right.
and get yourself at home. I understand that there's a family gathering or whatnot. Discuss with your partner,
gathering,
your
and you
husband,
walking around with a
with a
towel.
bloody towel. That made it even worse. Like, that is so disgusting.
So that means she's sitting down and messing up herself and then getting up and walking around.
That is so widely disgusting. Why do you think that's
No,
okay?
we not at the end of the day, we're not shaming anybody for
No.
having your period and making a mess, but that's not okay.
It's not okay. I understand that your period is natural, and sometimes you don't even know. Sometimes your cycle change and it come abrupt, boop, it did. I understand all I know. But I think if that is your only option, free bleeding, and, well, that is your only...
Stay in the bedroom, just stay in the bathroom, stay on the toilet bowl whole day. I don't know, something.
Yeah, because this is somebody else's property. And it's one thing if it was like, oh gosh, you make a mess. Like, say you have on a pad, you make a mess. You go to your mother-in-law and say, oh gosh, I'm
What
sorry,
about
I
toilet
had a...
paper? I just thinking of all
kind of
solutions.
things. You could have go to her and say, hey, whatever your mother-in-law name is, I had a little accident.
Lorna.
And, yeah, we'll name her Lorna. Hi, Lorna. I had a little accident. I think as a woman, I would have said, that's okay. But to say that you intentionally just say, well, I go on free bleed and I will just buy her back sheets. You do that without any kind of discussion.
She planned to buy her back sheets?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she was just going to carry her towels to wash somewhere else. I didn't know she was willing to buy sheets.
She said she going to buy the sheets. She said because the mother-in-law started to say that she had to buy back everything, and she said she had already planned to do it. But you didn't have a discussion with her. You didn't. So it was like you just take that aspect away from her completely. By the way, your makeup is looking on point.
Oh,
Extra on
thanks.
point. That's disgusting though. I don't like it. I find because of how you didn't have the courtesy to go and talk to her openly about it, made you.
Maybe she assumed that she should and would understand. But that's not how life works.
No.
That's
And
not-
again, we're not shaming anybody because, you overbleed or whatever. It's a natural thing. You can't help that. And all of us bleed. All of us. right? But the problem was how you dealt with that situation itself. I don't know. What you guys think? Is she the asshole? What y'all think?
I don't want to call her an ass. I just think she just disrespectful.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Be considerate of people's
Yeah, you
property.
need to be considerate of people's property.
And then the husband for not doing any damage control. You needed to
Yeah,
tell your wife this is not okay. But
'Cause you're supposed to know your mother.
then he'll be stuck in the middle. He'll be like, he don't know which water pick. So he rather just stay neutral. Just stay neutral. Don't wanna disrespect the wife.
And don't want to disrespect mommy.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough place for him to be. Him sucks to be him, but at the same time, I think you need to hold people accountable, or people need to hold themselves accountable.
Yeah.
Too. Like when you're wrong in a situation, and I think you were wrong in this situation.
Definitely wrong.
Moving on to selling sunsets, which the which the reunion is airing on
The 15th.
the 15th of this month.
I want you all guys to tell me after we discuss it, y'all tell us how it was for y'all to watch it. Like, tell us, because for me, it took me probably 5 takes to actually sit down and watch Selling Sunset. I was not engaged as I was in the previous episodes.
Yeah.
The previous seasons, I should say. I don't know if it's because Christine is no longer there. I don't know. As much as Christine used to cause a lot of the issues. I feel as though like things came to pass. Like, for instance, I'll give an example. Like, she had a serious problem with Chriselle, right? And I was just like,
You know what?
why she have a problem with Chriselle? Like,
You know
Chriselle's
what?
so nice.
I
And
was
then-
there with her for having the problem with Chriselle. The problem I had with her was it came off as bullying as soon as Chriselle entered the Oppenheimer group.
Yeah.
As it came off as bullying. Her delivery was poor, but the message. I always, I don't like Chriselle from since the
Nah,
jump.
I like Chriselle.
I
miss
did not
her
like
fashion
Chriselle at
sense.
all.
I miss everything about her. Her attitude.
That's
her-
Christine. I talking about Chriselle.
Sorry, wrong person. I miss Christine's sense of style and attitude.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
But I never liked Chriselle.
I honestly had like Chriselle in the beginning. I was like, okay, she's a nice, sweet girl. And then as time passed, I realized she is a manipulator. She's a bully. She's not nice. And she feels she could get away with it because she feels everybody thinks she's this good girl. But no, she's one of the worst. The ones
She is one
who
of the worst.
pretends to be nice and then behind your back, just
Like, I find, like, for her, I wrote everything down because I had so much I wanted to see and I didn't want to miss anything. Going back to what you said about her feeling as though she could do anything, I feel as though she came in with that because of her background. Because all of them, they weren't like actors or actresses, before.
Oh, you feel as though she had
She
with a
came
little air?
in with an A. She on top of coming in with an A, she came in with a lot of background safety mechanisms put in place so she does not look, bad in any situation at all.
Right.
So it would not have affected any acting jobs if it did happen. I think she just needed to save face, literally. Which, especially now, it makes me think back, who was really wrong in the divorce?
I was thinking that that's why your man leave you. And
Yeah.
said absolutely nothing. He just pick up himself and realized
And that you are a
I needed
piece
to
of
get
shit.
out of this.
You're a piece of shit. Now, Nicole is unhinged, eh? Nicole, I agree with Nicole being unhinged.
Nicole
But-
is strange.
But I think you know this, and as much as Chriselle to me is the villain in Nicole's story,
Right.
I think the real villain here is Jason.
Oh, for sure.
Because the whole issue stemmed from Jason having favorites and inappropriate relationships with the people that he have working under him.
And I just want to look at Brett for a minute because I feel as though he is so underestimated in this whole show because I feel as though out of all of them, he's the most professional
He
one.
is.
He keeps his things private. I don't know if it's because of just how the show is, but his business is very private.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get involved with the girls. Even if he get involved with one girl, then two girls, why have a third?
Yeah.
Why going to have a fourth and a fifth?
Yeah.
Because it's going to have more.
Yep.
And then he will expect them to all be friends and kumbaya.
And kumbaya.
That is weird.
It is weird. Talking about friends and kumbaya, and number one, I don't think Chriselle is over Jason. Vice versa, Jason is not over
Chriselle is not over Jason
at all.
Like when you watch her face expressions, she did doing this to me, saying, what
Yeah.
she's be doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you are such a child. I don't hate is a strong word. I just want her to leave the show. Honestly, I'm fed up of
and
her.
I'm trying to figure out why she's not considering that as an option, because one, you don't want to go to the gatherings. Now, granted, some of the gatherings is not about work, so she don't have to. But if you don't want to socialize and form, I guess what they're trying to do is form a team building exercise. If you don't want to take part in it and you have a problem with going to the same hotels and staying with each other and you want to keep yourself separate,
I think it's bullshit when she doesn't
you
want
should
to go.
You should
She
just
does not
go
want
to
to
the
be.
next company.
I think she doesn't want to be called out by a lot of people at once.
Yeah, or take any accountability for
her actions, because that shit apology that she had for Nicole, honestly, in this situation, Nicole should have just apologized just to save face. But if I was Nicole, I wasn't going to apologize either. I would have been petty as hell too. Now, I'm not saying that Nicole wasn't wrong in the beginning.
Right.
Because she was to an extent. But however, I think we are overlooking the fact of what really started the argument, which should have came to an end with Jason. Because if it is she put in that work, she is the one who should be compensated
or
for that, or
rewarded
rewarded for that. And all he did was replace Mary with Chriselle. And Chriselle is at a different level because Chriselle's still open, and you see that fake marriage she have to this girl. It was only to shut down Mary Lou.
Could we just point out how this girl looking, G Spots? What's her name?
G Spot.
What's her name? I don't know the name.
I don't know.
Because I try not to pay attention, but I think they call her G, right? Why is she looking like a little wet fowl? Right? She looking like a wet fowl. I don't know. That is the fakest relationship I've ever seen.
So.
And
I find so because right after Mary Lucy, you're still in love with him. You went to Vegas and talk about this marriage and blah 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 and blase blase, and then on top of it, you don't have a marriage license. You're not getting married. You're not getting married.
Clearly not.
You're not married. So it was just to try and hush Mary Lou up.
I don't know. I don't know what is going on with her. And, in the last season, she was saying everybody thinking she's going through a midlife crisis. You are. Sis, you are going through a midlife crisis.
I don't think she's going through a midlife crisis. I think she's going through an entitlement crisis.
Very, very, very strange. And now all of a sudden she's open to adoption. Why he wasn't open to adoption when he was Jason? You understand? Now all of a sudden with G and everything's so easy and she's in love.
It's like, who are you really trying to convince that everything easy? Us, the viewers, or yourself? At this point, who are you trying to convince?
I don't know if Olia find their relationship making sense, let us know. Give us lots of feedback, because we could be seeing it one way and then you're seeing it a
A
totally,
totally different way. But I have never liked Chriselle, and I don't think I ever will. I am ready for her to leave, and honestly, she's a bully. She's a bully, and
She told a girl that she rearranged her whole face.
whole face.
No.
If Christine was there, she would have never said that.
She would have left crying before
You would have
Christine
left
even
crying,
opened her mouth.
and you only did that because you feel as
a lot
though
of work.
she did a lot of work, but
But you'd have never tell
you'd never
Christine
tell
that.
Christine that. You would have never done it. You're just bullying people because you think you can. But if there's somebody who you know you can't, you're not going to. So
And
shut
that
up.
brings me to the point of Nicole. Like, I feel as though Nicole is not somebody who's very assertive when it comes to confrontation.
Right.
I think in terms of her job, she's good at her job.
Right.
She brings in a lot of sales for the company, but when it comes to being assertive in arguments,
Right.
she starts to go,
Yeah.
and she
And I
can't
think that
talk,
is why
and that is why they think
they
they could
think
get
they could
away
get
with
away with
anything.
it.
She's just like, and you
Yes.
can't talk clearly. Take your time, baby,
Yeah.
and articulate yourself. I and always have sometimes in situations I can't express myself as well, and I'm learning. But she's like,
No. The only thing I have to say with Nicole, I saw that issue with you as well. But the best thing you should do, if you know you have that issue, and clearly you do, you could check back 2 seasons now. Don't talk about the person behind their back.
who's that, Nicole?
Nicole, have nothing to say. They shouldn't be a topic of conversation at all. Don't give that. It's like you're feeding their egos by just talking about it. And honestly, like watching the show, honestly, from the beginning, it actually made me feel like, oh my god. And it's not only the luxurious houses and things, it's just the being able to network and sell a house.
I can't
liked
remember much houses being sold this season unless it was from like Chelsea and
Bree sold a house too.
right.
The $5 million
That's what I'm
house.
saying. Like I feel as though it was the story was more focused on drama this season. There wasn't much focus on houses. That's why I like to watch your show. I like to watch when you go to
Yeah.
houses and you
And
see. It's nice. So
I don't know, but
I don't know if that's what I feel will engage more followers or more
going back
viewers.
to selling less houses this season, which honestly has the sales on the original Selling Sunset, I find has depreciated as the
But
seasons
then
go
again,
on.
they did say the market is very bad right now.
But
in
that's
terms
right
of-
now.
Yeah.
What about the other previous seasons? But talking about that, they had like a meeting or a gathering when I think some of the realtors from Selling Sunset OC.
Oh, they came out. That
When
was for
they-
the dinner?
Some dinner they had, but it's twice they showed up. But not
Right.
the last one. The first time they showed up in this season, and they were talking about how how much revenue they made in sales. I think it was over 600 million or something. So some figure, a big figure.
Can't remember the figure, but I remember it.
It was a big figure, and Amanza got up and said something about, and I think it was in a confessional, or I could be wrong, but her statement was, all that sales and is still wearing a Fashion Nova dress, bitch.
I didn't hear when Amanda said that.
She said it, and
I
you
want
wanted
to
to touch on that.
remind Amanda where she came
from.
That's not nice.
because
That was the orange dress.
Yeah, and I find
I heard her say something, but I didn't realize that's what she said.
it was what she said. I know I needed to talk about it on the show, so I wrote it down while watching it, because on top of it, Amanda, your sense of style, sis,
She's trying too hard.
she is trying too hard. It looks like a washed up Spice Girls that you buy in a $10 store. Right? You're looking horrible.
She
So for you to
looking
even
so
so you to even
awful.
talk about the girl who looking nice in
Now,
her
that's what I
dress.
was going to say. I didn't judge it as a fashion nova. Fashion nova just have cute
Cute
stuff.
stuff.
It doesn't matter. It matters how you put something together. Sometimes you would see people put together so much labels together and it just not going. It
Like
not
like Amanza.
exactly. She did with her little Fendi bag with her something else she was wearing. And I was like, look at you
And
just
was
walking
he
around
seen
with
with
this
this
Fendi
glove?
bag
Was
and
he
these
seen with this
gloves,
glove?
right? True. I don't know. I feel as though she and all was being a bully this season.
And that
I don't know if you remember last season she was sick, and I don't want to make reference to that or make an excuse for why she
I'm
would
going to
be
say something about this sick
acting out
thing.
like this.
This sick thing, I find anytime they get an inkling that they are going to be held accountable of something, they throw up this sick thing. This sick thing, or like how she threw up about this was it that she was raped or whatnot
Yeah, she was molested when she was
when she was
younger
younger. I'm sorry
by
that you
her
will.
stepdad
I'm sorry that you will.
and her
But
step grandfather.
it became like a pattern to me that every time y'all are going to be held accountable or have been held accountable or going to be confronted, y'all throw up a story, and I have an issue with that. And I'm not taking away from your trauma. Your trauma is your trauma, and I am really sorry that you had to go through that. But don't use that for somebody to scale down on you when you're doing shit.
I think also there was a part in the show where Chriselle tell her she's a shitty friend. And honestly, I feel as though she's very shitty. She
She
needs
is a
to
shitty friend.
pick a side. You notice, like she was like being a flip flop in any situation. She talking to somebody. She talking to Nicole, and she on Nicole's side. And then
You
when she
want to
talking to
know whose
Chriselle,
side she on?
on Amanda's side, Mary's side.
No, she's on. I find like Amanda gives off pick me vibes. I find she gives off pick me
Is
vibes. She
that why
gives
she
off
was
wannabe
looking
vibes.
sour when they was on the rooftop and Chriselle and them came and she's just there like,
Probably. But I think she just wants to be noticed by Jason. She wants to be talked highly about. You're not selling no shit in houses.
yeah. Maybe she needs to stay in her lane because I think she
Yeah.
is a good interior designer. I haven't seen her work, but from what they speak about, she's good at what she does.
My
She's
problem
not
is
a
if you're
good
speaking
fashion
so
designer.
highly about while in a showcase the girl work on the show. Or just lying to this girl then. That's how I view it.
I
But
think
she
she staged a few things. She staged something. I think that was either the first season she was on or the second season where she had to work with Heather.
okay.
She did stage that place.
By the way, I miss Heather.
Yeah, me too. I feel as though she was like peace within the
Yeah.
mess.
Within the mess, yeah.
Because she really not on that drama, and
No, she
she
isn't.
is once she's for you, she's for
She for
you.
you,
She's
yeah.
not going to be in and out in between. So I really miss her. Is Brie leaving this season?
Honestly, I don't know. And
How you felt about Brie?
this season, um, in this season, there were very few people I continued to like or started liking. So, to me, it was Mary
I love Mary.
and Brie. And I'm not saying that Brie was always innocent, right? Why? Like, I felt as though with Brie, I would be a hypocrite to say that it wasn't her business, it wasn't her fight. So she should have stayed out of the fight with Nicole, Chriselle, and was Empanada girl name?
Emma.
Emma, right? I would be a hypocrite because those are her friends.
Right.
And for me, if somebody do my friends something, let's pick up marriage. Right? So I kind of understand in that situation. Now, fast forwarding a little further into the season when that weird girl came in.
Who would, oh,
Now before
the
Brie
one who
even
have the fillers. I think that's fillers that you have, right?
that what's her next name?
Why can't I
English girl.
remember her name? Chelsea.
Chelsea friending with her now,
Yeah.
right? Honestly, when she came up in that scene, I was like, who is this bitch? I felt off, and I wasn't even there. And that was before Brie even showed her face or anything. I felt off. You felt off?
Yeah. I felt as though like, why are you trying to be so pushy? Why you?
And that's what I didn't like. She was overly pushy. And I think she saw an opportunity to name drop, and she name drop Brie. It come like you're just using somebody name just so I find that wrong.
Right.
If you want to be, you could have had a conversation with Brie, but you went around the camera crew. You went around. It was just weird. It was overly pushy. It was giving psychopath. I didn't like that.
And then she wanna play like if she's this nice girl. She needs to be
She
watched
needs
as
to be
well.
watched as well. Yeah. Oh my God, what's scratching her back? She needs to be watched as well. I don't trust her.
I wish I remember her name though.
I can't
That's to tell you
remember.
how irrelevant she is.
I can't remember.
And I feel as though Chelsea is I don't understand her for the life of me. Like
Chelsea's
she,
attention whore. She was threatened
yeah.
by Brie from the time Brie came in because Brie had style, Brie had spunk, and she was the last.
I just want to find out what's going on with the wardrobe for these real estate agents. Like, are
Chelsea's
they
damn near
going
naked.
to a nightclub? Like, the only person that dresses up, actually, two people dresses appropriately in this season is Mary and Brie.
Yes.
Everybody else dressing like if they're going to a nightclub. You
What is
cannot
it?
come to work. I don't care. Unless you are a stripper, you cannot come to work with a cutout at the side and then wear. I don't know what Jason is allowing, and I don't know if this is their way of selling properties by sex sell, but I just think it's just too much.
It is
Before
way too much.
Heather used to dress properly, even Christine with her very stylish self did not used to dress inappropriately. She used to wear short skirts, but she makes sure and balance it off with a big
With a
jacket, a
blazer.
blazer, something. They just come into work like if they're ready to just jump on a pole.
Because at this point, I don't know. Some of them like what is oh gosh, what's her name? First, I don't like this girl. I really don't like this bitch.
Amanda.
Not Amanda. Chelsea. I don't like her.
I don't know, it's inappropriate. I couldn't even put Emma in it because sometimes Emma does do the most sometimes. So actually, you know what? Emma, she kind of
Emma does
dressing
sometimes
still.
dress.
She's still dressing up
Yeah.
more appropriate than the others. You see,
Chelsea is the worst.
Chelsea.
If
And
Chelsea,
Jason just smiling like, yes, oh yes.
because Jason is a whore.
You're looking so good in those jeans. Lie, she looking bad.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I hate how Chelsea treats. And first of all, she could have kept that apology and stuff it down her throat.
When who apologized to who?
Chelsea
Apologized to Brie.
Yeah, and
She only do that because she realized like everybody talking to Brie,
Brie.
and she was like, okay, let me just apologize now so I wouldn't be looking as the bad one who chuck in fire. But
you came back and do the same thing as soon as they got the opportunity to see an inkling of somebody not being on Brie's side.
and the thing is, Brie just she's not a
Minding
friendly
her
girl.
business,
She's not a
she's
friendly
not.
girl, and that's fine. If she
Yeah.
want to, she probably had experiences in the past where people burnt her, and she just want to stay by herself. I do not blame her.
I think that is why I rock with Bree so hard, because I see a lot of her personality traits in me. So it's like, come on, leave her alone. She coming to work.
Now, Brie is the opposite of me, but I could get when Brie say I am not you and you are not me. So I wouldn't force you to be a certain way and you wouldn't force me to be a certain
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Like, calm down, Chelsea.
Calm
She don't
down.
have to be nice to irrelevant girl.
She don't even have to be nice to you.
Exactly. She's being professional. She's being cordial. She says good afternoon. She
Yeah.
says good evening, and that's it. Keep it moving. She
Chelsea
don't
does.
have to be friends.
Bree doesn't push up to be friends
And
with
I
you.
like how Breeders handle most of the outings. I have things to do. I have my baby to go to see about.
Yeah.
I go and I out.
Out.
Like she was in when they went Mexico. When they
Yeah,
went,
yeah.
right. She was like, I see drama coming here. Let me go.
Go, yeah.
Y'all could talk about me if y'all want. Bye.
Yeah, bye. And that's it. That's it. I don't understand why you need to have what her family choices are in your mouth. That's none of your business. Mind your fucking
And
business.
you see when Amanda went and say that other people were talking about her. I feel it's Emma and
I feel it's them too. And Chriselle?
and I disturbed because they make it, if it is them, like, why try to be so close to her and then bad talk her situation? That's not your situation. If you don't agree with it, that's on you. That's fine. But you don't have to always voice your opinion, on somebody's situation.
You could shut up.
Yeah.
You could shut up. Because you don't know Brie from Adam. You don't know Brie. You don't know Brie from anywhere. Did I miss anybody? Did you miss anybody? I love how Mary was this season.
Yeah.
I like that she hung up her manager hat. She realized that is not for her. And you know the thing about it is working there is like being in a high school over there.
I think that she would have been a good manager. I think she was a good manager. I feel as though Jason just had her in situations that she shouldn't have been in. I think there were times that he needed to step in and he didn't. So he left her with a lot of pressure. You have to remember that these were her friends, and that's when you start working with people, you have to be careful once you go into a managerial position, because sometimes people may not respect you as much.
Yeah.
And I feel as though he was supposed to step in and say, here's what. But no, Jason does not like confrontation like some managers I know. And he chose to not address the situation.
Yeah. He did.
So you lose a good manager there. I feel as though I enjoyed her vulnerability this season too.
Yes, I did.
I
feel sorry that she
this
lost
is
the baby.
actually the first season that I saw like a different side of Romain. I feel as though, yes, like he was very quiet, so I didn't know what to expect. I always thought he was like too young, but like in this season,
He
is so mature, and I understand why she's in love with him.
Yeah.
I understand their situation a little bit more. Like he's so caring, and just to go through that experience and then have to
deal with these people
on social media, not only social media, on TV.
Yeah.
So it was just, it was a lot. So
it was a lot, yeah. But I'm happy that they're able to work through it together.
Get pregnant soon
too.
And a safe, because she's 41.
I think she's 41.
Yeah, so that's kind of hard right now.
It really is. It really is. Anyways, just to wait on the reunion now, and
I am actually excited to hear this reunion. I just want to know if Brie has left the group.
I know I will miss Brie, but I wouldn't be like
that reminds me of something.
Upset about her decision. However, in terms of Brie, I haven't seen her like bring in as much revenue, if I have to be honest. Brie, yes, I'm talking to you, Brie, right? In my little delusion, I will use my friend to girl, and as my friend, I'll just hold you accountable, right? Gail, I really didn't see her bring in much sales, like sell houses. However, what you had to offer was, your high-end clients, right? And I find if you have clients to give to I find it should be a balance. Although you probably didn't sell because of what she's saying, baby and whatever. She still brought clients though.
Right.
She still brought clients and she helped some of these same bitches, because they were being bitches to her, with selling their homes. If it wasn't for bringing to the situation, some of these houses may not have been sold.
So, what I want to talk about that situation with her in terms of her not coming back before the last season, no, the last episode. I think it was in the last episode, she spoke to Jason about the split. So, the commission that we actually see is not the actual amount that they're going home with. They actually have to split that with the brokerage, right? And she is not agreeing with the split.
How the split is. Yeah.
Now, Jason and them take a big chunk of their money. But as you can see, Jason and them are expanding. And like Jason said, a lot of people will be coming to them to do business just because of how big their company is. They want to deal with them or whatever. But I could understand where she's coming from in terms of
it's like
not
a rubbing
willing.
man.
Exactly, especially seeing that she came from another brokerage where she was getting more from her sales. So I don't know if that also had a part to play in terms of how she pushed herself, knowing the fact that, wait, now I'm going to do all this hard work and then you're going to get most of the money and I'm going to get some. So I could understand her leaving if that is one of the reasons, and then Chelsea
just
adding on top of it.
Yeah,
because
being an unnecessary bully.
I would hate to see her go too, because
I would miss her on the show,
but I feel as though they'll try
understand.
to slip in irrelevant if she leaves.
Yeah. And you know what is it shitty thing? Chelsea would easily turn on irrelevant once she gets rid of Brie. I think so. Because she's just that evil. You're just evil. But you finished watch out Painkillers though.
I did. I think that you told me about it like episode 3 or so.
Yeah.
And I finally got around watching it. And it is a need to watch show.
It definitely is.
It was good. It was basically about the Sackler family who owned one of the biggest. It was one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Farmer. I can't pronounce the word.
Pharmaceuticals.
Farmer.
The biggest pharmaceutical companies.
Right. And like basically they were drug dealers more.
Yeah.
They were an evil set of family members that did not care who they hurt, how many families that they ruined, because like they kept saying in the should we call the show a documentary too, because it dealt with real people, real issues. They didn't care how much families that they ruined. They just were about power and money.
Yeah, they were.
It was sad to see how much people lives
was stolen from them based on
numbers
greed.
were ridiculous.
It really was. It really, really was.
And the thing about this, they showed doctors that were like, okay, I'm not willing to this, I'm not willing to this. And they were able to influence a good bit. There were very few doctors who stood up and said, no, I'm not doing it. This is
it
highly
also
addictive.
showed you how much sex really sells.
Yeah, boy.
It did show you, because they got what you call those girls, like people who they don't know anything about medicine. They don't have a doctorate. They don't have a oh gosh, it's called it's a pharmacist. What did they study to be a pharmacist? They don't have that. They were just literally promo girls. Literally.
And even if they went to college.
They were just promo girls. And they were out for blood. Mm-hmm. They were willing to kill just to continue making this money.
Yeah.
They were. It's a really good watch.
And it shows how power is influential in terms of getting justice.
Yep.
Because in the ending, oh God, no. And that's on the show. And that's on the show. Just watch it. Watch
Yeah,
it.
you
It's on
need
Netflix.
to watch it. You need to watch it. I have another recommendation like that in terms of but that one is a movie. In terms of oh my God. Like how that show is, like a real show depicting reality. It is about McDonald's.
Okay.
By the way, shout out to Shits and Gigs because I found out about Painkillers by watching their show.
Oh, speaking of shout out, what was the main actress name? Azu Abada. I
Don't
think
know
I'm
her real
pronouncing her name
In
wrong.
Painkillers.
But she acted in Orange is the New
New
Black.
Black.
And in that show, she was this crazy, crazy, crazy woman. So much so that I was like, is she somewhat cuckoo? And then to see her in this show, completely sane, very
was-
collect, very professional.
It was such a
It was
switch.
night and day. So shout out to her for being so versatile because not
Not
many
everybody
people
could do that. Yeah. She was really, really good. She was really good. Shout out to her in truth. But yeah, through Shits and Gigs, I watched Painkillers and also
and gigs.
this next movie. It's actually a movie. It's about McDonald's. The name of the show is The Founder. Is a movie.
Okay.
Little synopsis. Who you think owns McDonald's does not own McDonald's. McDonald's was literally stolen.
Ooh, from who?
Right? Watch the show. Watch the show. I'm
I don't
telling
want
you.
to get vexed though. Would I get vexed?
They are so lucky that I love the taste of McDonald's because after I watched it, I mean, because of how I'm watching her, what I eating and thing now, I do not
I hate
frequent
McDonald's. I feel your prices are too high right now. And I refuse to take part. Even though I enjoyed your smoothies and your nuggets, I'm not taking part.
Oh my God, they showed you how the smoothies came about.
I'm not taking part. Even though I miss it, but I'm not taking part. I stand my
really-
ground.
Like it's at a point where I really used to eat McDonald's and it was really unhealthy. But if I have to choose somewhere to eat now, if I have to eat outside, I would choose there first. But when I watched that movie, it made me feel like, wow, guilty in a sense for
I don't feel guilty. Because I don't take part.
it did make me feel guilty now. Do I not like I'm sorry. It didn't last like for a month. It didn't I boycott for a month and then yeah. And when I say a month, I mean like within the month, if it is a have to, which would have been probably I cut down on McDonald's a lot though.
You're trying to convince me or the viewers? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
No, seriously, I don't go I always talk about it. If I need to eat something, I will really actually say I want that. Mainly because what I love from McDonald's now is really expensive. It is expensive. That burger is expensive. If I eat McDonald's once a month, I eat plenty.
What?
No, that would be my treat.
Right. My treat is Muna's roti. Love it.
Oh my God. No, seriously, but if I'm not eating what I prepared at home, now, especially now, yeah, and I have to think of like something salty, something unhealthy, I would choose McDonald's.
Okay. Well, teach his own.
Yeah, but it have to be a treat because that is expensive.
The fries was really nice,
The fries is really nice. But yeah, Founder, you'll need to watch that. You know who acted in that? Who was one of the main characters? I don't know if you ever watched this show, Herbie. Matter of fact, you know what? Did you ever watch Beetlejuice?
Yeah, but I can't remember.
It was the guy who played Beetlejuice.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out.
It was good. It was good in terms of the acting, everything was good, but the story behind it, I'm telling you, is going to infuriate you. It's going to infuriate
Don't know
you.
if I want to watch it. Should I go and get me angry?
Nah, you need to watch it.
All right, I'll check it
You all
out.
need to watch it.
I'll check it out. I'll let you all know if it's worth watching. Okay, guys? I'll do it for you all. So, guys. Let me tell you about something that is. I think you know about what I'm going to tell you about because every time I pass there, I get irritated. So, by Superfarm Gulf City, right? There's a family that sits outside a house and they usually sell different items. Sometimes I saw avocado and most of the time they're selling turmeric.
Oh yeah, I know it.
Why it is they always have now the mother will be sitting down in the corner there and her kids are walking a good how much meters away, probably at 200 meters away from her to the traffic light. Sometimes they're in KFC drive-through trying to get sales. Sometimes they out by Super Farm. And each time I see them, I get so angry to the point that I wind up my glass. In the earlies, I used to try to give like a little money, and then I realized, Laurel, you're encouraging the nonsense because why the kids have to be going through this?
Yeah.
I understand everybody have their own situations. Not everybody have the same access and the same finances, right? So they have to do whatever they have to do, right? They're making an honest living. But my thing is anything could happen to these children. Now, I think it's 2 boys and a girl, right? And if something happened to them on the road, no, let's say a car run off the road and hit the children, she's the first person who's going to be crying. And saying, oh God, they hit my child. Or let's say somebody kidnapped one of these children to do whatever they have to do. She's going to be crying and then want to get the police to look for your child. When you have your children walking out the street, protect your kids. Like, you cannot be sitting down at the corner. Or if, you know what? Let them sit down by the corner. I don't know, make something. I just hate to see them out the road. So I actually was on social media and I saw that police was called out for her. Talking to her, and I don't know what is the end result of this, if they're actually going to make them move. I'm eager to see this week if there's a change in this whole situation because I am so disturbed. Like it's too long. I think some time ago, close by Monroe flyover, they had like some Venezuelans doing the same thing. The children was walking around and they made a big issue on the news, as well as on the radio. They kept talking about it, and people were upset about it. And I feel as though like they need to do the same thing in this situation until something could be done. Like, please don't be putting children through this. The children supposed to be in school. The children are not in school. They're selling. It's far too long. We need to protect. What is going on with the children's authority? Why haven't they stepped in this situation?
I was now about to say that, and I probably will come off harsh. And yes, I think a lot of people would say, you're not in the position, you don't know, whatever. But as an outsider, yes, I'm well aware. I have never walked in these people's shoes. I know this. I honestly believe that it is child endangerment, number one.
It is.
And number two, what is the word I'm looking for? Child labor is one too. I can't place the word right now, but I feel as though, especially in this weather, for sure, it definitely falls under child endangerment, right? I think a lot of these families are very lucky that they reside in our sweet island, right? Because had it been that they lived in somewhere,
Right.
example like the states, the state itself would have stepped in and
Yeah.
take the children,
Would have been gone.
right? I don't know what procedures, what body we have right now that could, you as the parent could step in and say, well, like I would have child protective services in these states, could step in and say willingly, I am unable to take care of my child. Because I think as a parent, although I'm not a parent, you take certain sacrifices, right?
Right.
You make certain sacrifices. And in that case, it is going to be hard for you to not be there for your child. However, when it comes down to that, can you raise your child? I did, just of the mere fact
The
of
child is raising them.
exactly. So you can't. The answer will be no. Monetary wise, you cannot raise your child,
And it's just gonna be a cycle, you
right?
know.
And that is a thing. I think as a parent, at least from my parents, and I could surely speak on your parents as well. You always want better for your child. So I don't understand how you could be okay with number one keeping them from school, because I get that, books and everything expensive. God knows books is expensive. But it don't have nothing really and truly keeping them from actually being present at school. I don't think there's any way you cannot go to see. I have too much people. It seems hard. It does seem hard. But to me, I don't know if anybody else out there could agree. I think you should suck up that pride and go to the States and say, "Well, at this point in time,
Oh, you mean give up the child?
I cannot take it." Probably could sit down and I think if it is you're able to give them up, knowing that you want them back, that will motivate you to actually like get a job. Getting a job is hard now. We understand that.
But she
But
just sitting down
you
there in the
just sitting down in
corner.
that particular situation. I know exactly who she talking about. You just sit down in the shelter, in the shade, while these children, and that is a big dangerous
And let
road.
me tell you, it's not only in the daytime, it's in the nighttime too. Like I think I passed there like after 8 and he's sitting down on the concrete slab in the middle, just waiting for somebody to like probably buy whatever. 8 o'clock in the night. What are you doing there?
Yeah,
You could be knocked down. He's small. He's probably about yay high. And
that is real tall. He's not so tall,
okay, all
sister
right,
girl.
okay. Let me bring it down because he looks probably like 10, 11.
He looks 10, 11. He acts 10, 11, but he is very small. He is small. So
And that's the main one. He does do most of the
most of the
walking.
sales, yeah. I don't know. Something needs to be done about it. Especially, you know what I hate to see? Like it seems to be a newborn. There is a Venezuelan family that comes out with this newborn in this heat. And every time I see them, I just want to cry because I know I can't deal with that heat outside. No,
And it's a
see,
whole family.
often I only to see the dad, and I don't want to say that he's not there because sometimes it is not that they're not there, it's that they're not in sight.
Yeah, probably working behind the scene or trying to make
Right?
ends meet.
So I don't agree with having a babe in arms. Because that child not creeping. That child not even creeping. I don't agree with it. Oh no.
It's a sad
It
situation.
is a
And I'm
sad
hoping that
situation.
they find a solution for the problem.
Yeah, they need to, it needs to have something, some kind of body that could step in. I don't know if there is there like a
The
proper child
Children's
protector?
Authority,
Children of, is it like, oh
I think
yeah.
it's fully operative, and I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I
It,
don't know. It should be. I feel as though, you know, at least, if it is, you could. Oh God, I don't know. Like at least be able to like give them up for like a certain period of time just so that you can get on your feet to be able to, you know, sustain and mind them for
because
yourself.
I think they do that in the states where the children go into foster care, and then once you could prove that you have a stable,
Be able to regain the child.
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So
And I know foster care, like nobody would want their child in foster care. I get it. I get it. I
especially
understand that.
siblings, they don't always
They,
get to go together.
yeah, which is the downside to it. But at this point, they're not getting to go to school. They have to be running up on this road and that. And sometimes these roads that they're running up and down trying to help you make sales are dangerous freaking roads. Big, dangerous intersections. You'll have them on the highway sometimes. Oh my, no, no. I don't agree with it at all. I don't know what else you could do in the situation, but I just know I hate to see the children on the road. I don't like to see it. I feel as though their youth is being stolen from them.
Yep.
Sometimes I pass in, if I go in by you and I see them and I'm like, they should be home on a Friday playing outside. I mean, I guess that, you know, you probably do have that. That
And you could see the hustle in the little boy face, and it
yeah,
shouldn't be like that.
it shouldn't be. It's so sad. It is sad. It is really sad. Anyway, in entertainment news of the week, we have, and I'm sure you all have heard already, Keke Palmer and her baby daddy story.
And Darius Johnson.
I don't even want to call that bitch a sweet. I don't even want to call his name. He's just, you're a bitch. So I have the headlines here from one of those sites. Keke Palmer granted temporary Keke Palmer granted temporary restraining order against her ex-boyfriend Darius Jackson, also granted sole custody of their baby boy. Radar Online obtained the stills of Kiki's security footage that she's attached to her restraining order petition against Darius Jackson. One incident involved him grabbing at her neck and face, snatching her phone. Now, I don't know. If I have to sit here and say that I am surprised, I'd be lying.
Surprised from how, because like initially I didn't expect this from him. I saw their relationship. I wasn't really invested, but he didn't seem like that type. You
You
see,
wanna know
when I
what?
get the red flag, Usher.
That's what. Well, I didn't even know their relationship that well until that I knew she was pregnant, and I still didn't even like go into their relationship.
Right.
Like I was like, oh, okay, whatever. But it's the Usher thing. The Usher thing. I was like, this man is hella controlling.
Right.
Um, what do you think?
So a lot of people like to look into the situation and be like, oh, let's have signs. You was dating him for so long. You make a child for him, and now you're in this situation. And I believe that it's unfair to say that to the victim because a lot of these people tend to love bomb. So they make you feel as though, you're very special to them. They wouldn't do anything. They love you very much. They put you on a pedestal. And then afterwards, they flip a switch when they have you where they want because he thought he had her where he wants. She just made a child and he feel as though, okay, you're my property now and you have to do as I say. You have to carry yourself a certain way and this is disrespectful to me and XYZ, and not realizing she's going to pick herself up because she is an independent woman. She picked herself up and she left. And I'm glad that she filed a restraining order sooner than later. Like, because a lot of people tend to wait. And by waiting, you end up putting yourself in a situation or you put yourself at risk. So
Right.
I am glad that she did that. It's sad that she has to be one of the people who goes through this situation. And sometimes I feel as though people in this limelight is good because it have other people who
Going through the same
going through the
struggle.
same situation and don't know what to do. And just seeing how she handled the situation, maybe they be able to take a stance along those lines to get out of the situation and realize this is not right. It is not love.
Yeah.
It is not love. Him saying you can't wear this and you can't act like that and you're a mother, that is manipulation.
To the highest extent.
Manipulation. So I just hope that she gets full restraining order
Yeah.
because that temporary, I'm not sure up until when.
I think they have
that
to
is
revisit
granted.
in December.
Right.
In
And I feel as though once he start like this,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he necessarily would
Stop.
yeah.
They usually don't until you know, and I really hope it doesn't come to that. So they need to step it up. But going back to where you said that, he felt as though, he has no ownership of her.
Right.
Right? Now Keke Palmer has always been, I honestly find she has always been a beautiful girl. But something about after she made that baby,
Yeah, she glowing.
she has glowed all the way up. And the thing
He
about it
sees
is,
that.
right? And I think what he thought was that after she made the baby, that she would have, flopped.
From peak.
Yeah. I think he thought that, and actually it flipped, right? And she always was popular, but her popularity after the pregnancy just skyrocketed to a different place. Now she is successful, but let's be real, she was popular, but she has gained even more popularity now. And if he doesn't realize, he's helping her do this too.
Yeah.
He is, right? So she didn't need your help, number one, but thanks for the extra. you know? And I think he has an issue with her success that she can be breadwinner at any point in time. And that's because you have a problem with you and yourself. So, what are you doing? What are you doing? It was really, really. You saw the stills?
No, I didn't. I didn't see the stills. Oh boy. Wow. So he was trying to choke the life out of her. What is that? What is that? What could get you so enraged
yeah.
to try to harm your child's mother? You have no respect for her. You clearly don't care about your child because this is your child's mother.
And I saw that there were reports that he hit her in front of the child already. Prior to this.
Wow. I'm really sorry that she has to be going through this.
I am really sorry that she has to go through this. And this would be what? Would it be the second biggest like thing like this for the year? I think there is her currently, and there was somebody else.
In terms of a relationship like this.
Yeah, in celebrity world. There was somebody else.
Not that I recall.
I can't remember who it was. There was somebody else.
Just Jada just embarrassing
Oh.
her man, but not her
Oh,
man. I mean,
I know what I'm talking about.
not her man.
It's not, well, she is a celebrity, but she is an influencer.
Who's that?
Oh my God, what's her name? I can't remember her name. A dark-skinned girl. I think they both from either Australia or something,
Okay.
with a white guy.
And similar situation?
Yeah, similar, but they were married, and it didn't have like that kind of domestic, but there was hitting and stuff involved, and verbal abuse and stuff. Now they divorced, but don't really know. Oh my God, what's her name? I just remembered her name.
Guys, if you're in a situation like this, try your best to get out.
Yeah.
It don't get better. Do not be fooled by the false promises and that they love you. It's not going to get better. From the time they put hands on you once, that's it. That's it.
You know what? You mentioned something just now where you said, you find it's unfair that, you're saying you should really sign it. Yes, it is unfair because, you're in love. And sometimes we tend to put on our blinders. I think we need to start raising those blinders a bit. Because as much as there is love bombing and there is whatever the case may be, there are signs. We watched a movie previously to this.
Yeah, we did.
What was the name of it?
Perfect guy.
The Perfect Guy. That movie has been out a
Yeah.
while now, and there were signs that he was a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know why they keep putting my ex-husband in these kind of roles, because I have to be fighting for my life in these streets, defending Michael Ealy. Oh my God, the management, get my husband some better roles, because you have people out in these streets thinking that he's not good, and he's a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man, right? So, there were signs. Like when they went to her home to meet her parents.
Right. In the show, we're talking about
The
Perfect
show,
Guy.
The Perfect Guy. There were signs like when he just the way he talked to her. Like, I find that would have been a red flag to me. I don't care how much you're joking. Don't call me no slut. Don't tell me, get in your room, you little hussy.
Yeah.
That, to me, that was signs. That wasn't him playing.
Yeah, she played it off. She thought,
Yeah,
okay, he's joking.
Yeah. So sometimes there are signs. I don't think that there are always signs. Yes, there is love bombing. However, love bombing comes with a bit of signs too. Speaking from experience, that comes with a bit of signs. So, experience in terms of love bombing. Nobody hit me. Nobody hit me. But yeah, sometimes, even if it does reach to there, God forbid, try your best to get out of that situation.
And it's not always, I know it's not always easy to get out of this situation, but find some way, find some help. I think somebody was telling me a situation where I think they were married to the person and they realized that, okay, he's abusive or whatever, and they tried to get out of the situation. And I think they went home and told them that, here's what, this guy is beating me and abusing me. And they sent her back because you cannot run away from your marriage. I'm telling you, if your family members are doing that to you, find
They're
a
abusive
friend.
too.
Find a friend.
And lock them off.
Exactly. Find a friend. Go to your authorities. Anything to just safeguard yourself. Because it's not going to end well.
Because if you cannot feel safe if you kind of feel as though going back home to your parents isn't a safe space for you, you need to find another place. But what I could tell you is don't go back there.
Yeah.
Cut them off. Cut them off. Because that is shit. I don't know. I can't see my mother if I would do me that. Matter of fact, plant your grave. Dig your own grave. Because once I reach here, once I get here, and I will get here, oh my God, it's over. Shutting down. It's shutting down. No. You have to be, you should have friends,
That you can call on.
Yeah. But the next shitty part is sometimes these people try to like alienate you from these friends and stuff just for the same reason.
Yeah, so you would be cut off and have
And
nobody.
have nobody. So sometimes the victims are really and truly in between a rock and a hard place. But the first lash, if it reaches there, don't make it seem like they have a chance.
I now remember this story. It was just last week the woman was telling me. It resulted in him setting her afire.
She died?
No, she didn't die. She told me the story.
Me?
No, she told me the story. She
Oh.
obviously alive.
Oh, I didn't know she.
Yes, she told me the story, and she told me that she's in such a better place and she's so happy now after leaving that situation. She said even after he burned her, and let me tell you, he burned her. Like majority of her face, her hands, her upper body. I don't know as much as her lower body, but it was like majority of her upper body. She went back to him.
Huh?
She went back to him. And the reason why she went back to him is because she had nowhere else to go. And to hear that hurt me, because imagine somebody just damage you and that's your only place that you could go back to. Nah, we have to do better as a society and be about our sisters keepers. Yeah, true story.
Okay. I know, I'm speechless.
Oh, yeah,
I just in my mind thinking all of the other places I could have gone.
yeah.
Hell, I would have slept on the streets.
She had a child. She had two children before. So she had a daughter before, then a son with him, and after that she made another child for him. She literally had no way.
After what that?
After the incident, she literally had nowhere else to go. Nowhere else to go.
So how she got
Nowhere
out of the
else to
situation?
go. I think one day she just picked up herself and left. And I was like wondering why it didn't happen before, but she did not have that support system. She didn't have it. And I think what she told me is when she got her son, and that is usually happening, is find that strength that she didn't have before. She found that strength to pick up herself and leave, because she probably realized, okay, the next time I might be dead. The next time my children won't have the mother. So she picked up herself and she left. And she is so happy now. She's so happy. She say she understand that. She said she don't regret anything in life. Everything happened for a reason and made her who she is today. I tell her that's a very good outlook, because some people might have felt sorry for themselves and be upset that they have to now survive through this life looking like that. But she is so happy and she is in another relationship where it's healthy, and so don't feel as though you wouldn't find somebody else.
Yeah.
You would find somebody else, somebody who actually would value you and treat you like you deserve.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is so sad. No, I still in shock. Like,
Yeah. And that just shows you how it's important to have that good support system.
yeah.
Because she could have leave and they kept saying, go back, go back, go back.
Damn. And that's I guess that is another reason why, when we who were blessed, let me say that, because it is a blessing to not experience that. When we sit down and we look, like I said it just now, you see the signs. Yes, you do. And it's easy for us who are the outside to say, well, why she didn't leave? It's so easy.
It's easy to judge.
Sometimes, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Because really and truly, as you sit and you hear, that this person don't even have something as simple as a proper support system, like where you're supposed to feel your safest. That is sad. That is really sad. To know that you might have, it will of course say your life. It is sad. Okay. Moving on to the next segment, which actually did so well last time that we actually brought it back. These are Twitter's confessions. Again, some of y'all are really wild. Some of y'all are really wild.
Let me hear.
Number one. Yeah, some of y'all are nasty. I've been having sex with 2 of my coworkers. I like them both, but one wants to be in a relationship and one wants to just, I don't know. I don't know who to choose. Well, that's not really a confession, but it was kind of like, it was not a confession, but it's not really a confession. But I liked it. It was a juicy topic. First of all, girl,
what was the issue?
I don't understand what she don't know what to do.
So I feel as though it depends on what you want. If you want to be in a relationship, yeah. One who we want to be in a relationship. If you just want to have fun, just have fun. My thing is, do you like them the same way? Like, what is going on? What is the confusion?
I don't know.
Like, it's either you're feeling one more,
or you're not.
Or you're not. You just don't jump into a relationship because that person wants to be in a relationship.
You have to want to be in a relationship with that person.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly. And wait, you're having sex with your 2 coworkers at the same time.
You're messy.
I find that's a little
You're messy.
Too messy. Like, I feel as though, like, it's okay maybe for one.
You're messy.
But like 2, they know about each other.
That's some dangerous waters you're dabbling there, sis.
Exactly. Especially for the one who wants to be in a relationship. Does he know that you let that next person
oh my god, yeah. Oh.
Like
no, seriously, that's a bit messy. I love my girl, but I treat her like shit. She took me to one of her work functions, and there's a guy there who had her smiling and laughing all night and was respectful to her. I don't want to do all that sweet shit, but how do I make sure she doesn't leave me for him?
Wait, what? So he admits to treating her like shit and he does not want to do the stuff, but he don't want her to leave?
Your problem is you don't want her to leave you.
Exactly. You don't want her with anybody.
You don't want her with anybody, but you want to continue treating her like shit.
Girl, I wish we could reach out to the girl. Girl, leave him, eh?
Or they have some kind of balls. Well, they just be buying this audacity because clearly they just be buying.
You're treating her like shit. Like, why are you treating her like shit? You do not love her. Stop saying that you love her.
Yeah. But you're treating her like shit and you love her.
You don't know how to treat women. Do you have a woman?
Don't exist in one.
Mm-hmm. Do you have some sort of issue, like, with women? Like, how it is that you could openly say, okay, I'm treating her like shit, and then at the same time don't want better for her? Don't want her to be with somebody who's treating her with respect.
Something is wrong with you, clearly. Next up is how the fuck I started fucking with my ex again. And suddenly, my hair starts falling out. I'm about to block that again.
So your ex-man is not agreeing with your body. That's a sign.
That is a sign. The universe is telling you why you spin the block.
And I hear falling off. That's a full sign.
That is a real big
He
sign.
not good for your body.
At all.
And you know that's true. Like sometimes men just don't agree with your body. Your body just be like, he not for you.
It's rejected.
It's reject that.
Yeah. Damn. Me and my boyfriend been together for a year. He still beats his meat every day, whether he gets some cooch or not. He told me his ex never made him nut, and I do every time, so I'm confused on why he still feels the need to masturbate. I want to know, should I be concerned or not?
One, his sex drive is probably super high. And then two, the fact that he get accustomed doing it.
It's like he addicted to doing it.
Exactly. But what would be bad is like, after you'll have sex, then he gonna do it right after. Oh, that's an ego blow. Yeah. Yeah, I would have feel bad. At a real course. At a real course. What? Like right after?
I don't know. You sure his ex wasn't making him not either? If you become his ex, would he tell people that, you didn't make him not as the reason
Or
why
is he
he's beating
faking
his
it?
meat?
Like, is he faking it? Oh my.
Oh my God. No. I used to suck off my friend so he could let me sleep on his couch and use his shower and shit. Is that gay or not? I did what I had to do.
Oh, so I'm assuming it's a guy.
So he's a guy.
And that's what he used to do? I'm feeling sorry for him. If that's your friend, then you shouldn't have to. Unless you wanted to. Because your friend took advantage of the whole situation, knowing that you clearly was homeless. Like,
You need to tell me friends.
yeah.
That's my friend. That's not your friend.
He took advantage of the situation. He's like, "Ooh, okay, I could get through in this situation. So let me just
That's not your friend.
to bathe and use the toilet." That's your words?
That's not your friend. That's basic shit though.
Yeah.
That's not your friend.
It's either you could see or you can't see.
I've only ever interacted with my boyfriend sorry, let me start over. I've only ever interacted with my boyfriend of 1 year when we have sex, but he always wears a ghost face mask to protect his identity. I just want to see what he looks like.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
You sure you can have a boyfriend?
How is that your boyfriend when the only time you all interact is when
Why
you
are you
all
calling
have
this
sex?
person your boyfriend?
And then
Why are you having sex with somebody you never even see?
that is creepy shit.
That's
I
weird.
feel as though like these days they're just getting open to all kind of weird shit. People just
Y'all
do
are
this.
just weird. What
Like-
is going on?
Like that is weird. Like no.
A
You
ghost
can't
face
have sex
mask?
with somebody you don't
You don't know. That's
Well,
weird.
some people just have sex with people they don't know.
No, but you don't even
need to
see
the
him.
face. So if something happened, you're gonna tell the police that a ghost face
mask?
person.
What are you
Not
doing?
making senses.
I stuck my phone charger up my butt for fun, but now I can't get it out. I need to go for a poo and I'm scared it will electrocute me. Just for your shit, it should.
Don't understand again.
Your body needed to charge?
How you
How
come up with
humans-
that idea?
How humans recharge themselves is by going and sleep.
How you
Go
come
and
up with
sleep.
that idea?
Switch to a healthier diet. That's how we recharge.
How you come up with that idea?
How you gonna put your
No.
it should electrocute you.
Like what? Like I don't get it.
What is wrong with you?
I saw once on Grey's Anatomy, like somebody had put a shampoo bottle because I guess he liked Vice, but I tried to figure out what was the purpose of what is the purpose of the charger? Like, what is that doing for you? What is that doing?
A charger? Are you sick? Oh, some of you need to seek help. I told my girl I had to do my assignment, but she doesn't know that I was cheating with her best friend. I find like I'm seeing, I don't know, am I living in a bubble? But I find like I'm seeing too much of people talking about getting cheated on, or as we call it, horn, with your best friends. Like, I don't understand it. I like, in mine, I can't, it not register. Like, how does that work? How do you reach to that point to say, well, okay, you never was friends with this person? What was this? Is that a trend or something? Sometimes, certain trends, they don't need to be a part of the trend. Sometimes stay out of those trends if this is a trend. But what is it?
I don't get it. I don't understand why of all the guys you could be with, you end up choosing your best friend.
Your best friend,
like,
man. Come.
Both of you all, shame on you.
I don't
like,
understand.
why?
I really don't understand. I don't
Anyway,
get
at least in this situation, you know that
that's not your friend.
that's not your friend, and that guy never to be trusted again.
Cut everybody off.
Right.
There's this girl I'm talking to. She's beautiful as fuck, head to toe, blunt and cool as personality. She wants me to smash, but the only thing is she has herpes. She says she's never get breakouts. She never gets breakouts anymore, and that I'm a bitch for not taking or wanting to fuck her.
Well,
I think she's selfish.
yeah, I think she's selfish. Two, he wants to safeguard himself, which is fair. And then I want to also commend her for actually saying something,
Yeah.
because some people might have just not
Not
said
say
anything.
anything.
So that's good. But you can't, after you tell him that, you need to be able to respect his decision. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to. It might have people who want to or who
Yeah.
wouldn't mind.
Find
But you
somebody
can't be
like-minded.
angry. You can't be angry with somebody for choosing a stance to protect themselves. Because I'm sure if you had that opportunity, you would have taken it.
You would have taken it. Been in a relationship for a year, and Shorty asked me to be a better communicator, which she says I'm way better about.
Okay.
I can't say the same. I'm constantly asking her to voice how she feels, but she gets mad that I can't figure it out. I'm literally autistic. I don't understand how you being autistic.
So no.
But
So here's
he
what,
just
right?
being sarcastic there.
No, he probably is
Is
autistic.
autistic?
Because sometimes when people who have autism, they don't understand social cues, and they may not pick
Oh,
up
yeah,
on certain
yeah.
things. So I feel as though, like, she probably thinking, okay, this is a read, after read and spell everything fair. Like,
No, but
why
you
you
can't
can't pick
ask-
up on
No, but you-
why I angry.
No, I am guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. I think a lot of us women are guilty of it. And really and truly, we cannot ask for certain things if we cannot deliver it ourselves.
Right.
Right? You asked them for communication, better communication, and he is doing it, which you already commended him on. Now he's autistic, so which makes it even worse. Into it, actually even better that he gave that extra, because it takes more effort from him to put into that type of communication and whatnot. But for you now to sit there and not communicate your feelings with him, you're taking advantage of, you're taking the boy for an idiot.
Yeah.
You're wicked.
Yeah, meet him halfway.
Yeah.
Like, I feel as though, like, you're not being fair in the situation. Like, you can't voice your opinion, and then he meets you, and then you can't return the same.
That is real, real toots.
Yeah, like, well, then he'll have to leave you, sis. He would have to leave
He
you.
would really have to leave you. Anyway, I think we had mentioned, sorry, I had to go back. We mentioned that Silent Sunset Reunion is coming out on the 15th, which is actually the same day that we drop our episode. This that we are recording now would be out by then. So yes, so this is the end of episode 7. The last time we were here closing off, we were asking for prayers for Samara Maloney, and unfortunately, trying to not get emotional.
Unfortunately, she lost the
She
fight.
lost the fight, and it is really sad. She would be, when this drops, it would be her funeral as well.
She left behind such a legacy at such a young age, like 26. A lot of people haven't accomplished half of what she has.
Yep.
So she is leaving behind big shoes for Trinidad influencers to step in, because I haven't seen anybody who have reached her potential so young, so quickly. She climbed that ladder so gracefully. She did it without being tactless. She was never in any bacchanal. She carried herself so sophisticated all the time, and she'll be truly, 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 truly missed. Like, constantly on my explore, like, because people just keep in the videos or whatever, or in her pictures all the time, like, it's like she's still living on. Like, I keep on seeing it coming up on my explore. So she will be truly, truly missed.
Yeah, she would be. I miss, because I really used to like look out for like her stories, because she really did, like she brought like a light. Like if you're having a bad day, I mean, you don't expect to count on somebody else for your happiness, but she really was, like, if she was able to send her smile, lend you a smile through your phone, through her lens, and she would really be missed. She would really be missed. For somebody that I only met for like a few seconds based on being in a fet and the position that we were in that time, to meeting in person. I really do miss my internet friend. Really, really do miss her.
Yeah.
Really miss her.
The whole nation will be mourning on Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday. So to Samara, thank you so much for your grace, for your legacy that you left behind, for not gatekeeping any, always willing to teach someone how to, for being such a humble, kind-hearted individual. Thank you so very much. To the Maloney family, I mean, we can't say that we knew Samara in a person. We knew her from on the internet, and she left us with such an impact. So I know it is hard for us, much as her family. So keep them in prayers. Also, her family and her loved ones. Darius. So keep them in prayers and give them the strength. Pray for the strength for them to, go through that day, because it won't be an easy one. It won't be an easy one. So with that being said, closing off today's episode. And honestly, this episode was a tribute to her. So we love you, Samara, and we do miss you.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Bye.